They literally had to keep moving me further and further away from the set. And even then, like, Will be like, I can hear you, Paul. Was anything in Bridesmaids completely improvised? Not really. We had a really great script that Kristen Wiig and Andy Mumolo wrote. Our kind of improv is more about certain jokes, specific jokes. Then we can play with different punchlines and different things. A couple that were very loose, the whole speech contest between Rose Byrne and Kristen Wiig, that was written, but then the two of them started just coming back on stage and sort of one-upping each other. So that got very improv-y, and then we were kind of going, oh, try this, try that, and surprise each other. But no, we never completely improvise a scene. We would never do that because the structure of a movie is just too delicate to play around in that way. What's the hardest time I've had trying not to laugh while I'm directing a scene? Oh, every time. I'm known as being the guy who breaks. I will just start laughing if something funny happens. Two of the times that stand out to me when I could not stop laughing, one when I was directing The Office and the episode where Michael Scott buys his condo. And Steve Carell just made this whole thing about having a breakdown and going out to the porch and he was gonna faint. The way he did it every time made me laugh so hard. And then Will Arnett, when I was doing Arrested Development, pretty much every scene with Will Arnett would just make me die laughing. They literally had to keep moving me further and further away from the set. And even then, like, Will be like, I can hear you, Paul. So yeah, it's hard. But I mean, everything I'm on, we just laugh a lot. So that's a lot of fun. Is Spy going to have a sequel? Well, never say never. There's not a plan for it right now, but I have a story that I had right after we finished the first one that I would love to do. So we'll see if the studio wants to make it, but I know we would have a lot of fun making it, and I always sort of conceived of that movie to be more of a franchise. So who knows? Who knows is the bottom line. What's a book I would want to direct that there's never been an adaptation of? Oh, I would never do this because I think people would lose their minds if you did this, because my favorite book is Catcher in the Rye. I think it's better as a book, but sometimes I go like, oh man, that could be such a beautiful movie. So, but I'm not touching it. Oh no, I already got in trouble for Ghostbusters. I'm not doing it again. Where do I get my inspiration? Honestly, it's from watching people, being around people, going out in the world, trying not to just sit in my office and just write by myself. If I get stuck, I'll just go and walk around the block or take a walk through the park and see people and have stimulus and sort of just get life coming into my life. How do I find a work-life balance while I'm working on so much stuff and creating so many things? I like to go out at night with my friends and with my wife and just have a lot of fun, have some cocktails, and just talk and laugh a lot. If I have something at the end of each day to work towards something fun, then it makes me feel good. I walk a lot. I do a 4-mile walk every morning. Because I once read that Charles Dickens had trouble with depression, and I've had trouble with depression in the past, and he would go and just walk from one end of London to the other to solve it. I like to do that. So exercise, have fun, and the occasional cocktail.
Shaken, not stirred.
I love martinis. I think they're the greatest invention that have ever happened, but they're strong because you're just really drinking one main alcohol with a tiny bit of another alcohol in it. I'm not a fan of a shaken martini. I like shaken drinks, but a shaken martini becomes a big cloudy mess. So the biggest key to a martini is it has to be cold and stir it. That's right. Will there be a sequel to The School for Good and Evil? Well, my friends, that all depends on you. That's right. We've done really, really well so far. I mean, we were #1 worldwide for a while, but it's all about hours watched and how many people watch it and how many people watch it and then finish watching it. So if you've watched it already, watch it again. If you haven't seen it yet, please watch it. And if you saw it and you loved it, tell other people to watch it. Keep watching it and watch it again, and then maybe, hopefully, we'll get to do a sequel, because I would love to, because it was so much fun to make.